Alright, hey guys, welcome back to another one. So, in this one, I will be talking about the seventh episode of X-Men 97 Season 2. And I guess I'm a little late, but I was making video on Spider-Man Brand New Day. And yeah, anyways, let's get into it. It was a good episode. I mean, it wasn't like the best of the episodes, but it was still pretty good. I enjoyed it. The fifth episode, uh, hold up, the sixth episode, I didn't really make a video on it. I mean, I didn't find anything, that, interesting to make a video about. It was just basically the training room come to life. There were some hints of maybe Onslaught coming in, but yeah, that's for later. When we'll get to it, we'll get to it. So, about this episode. It was mostly, circling around Creed and how the X-Men would get him out of the Acolytes, out of Savage Island from Acolytes. So, if you don't know, Savage Island is basically like stuck back in time where there are still dinosaurs, and in like the original X-Men show, X-Men 97 in the 90s, in the first or second season, we get like some episodes with Charles and Magneto being stuck there. They both lose their powers. There is Sauron in it, which is like a green talking uh, dragon dinosaur. I don't know, weird guy. You must have seen that comic panel, with Spider-Man and him, where Spider-Man says you can, cure cancer with all your powers. And Sauron says, well, I could, but I don't want to. I want to do evil stuff because that's fun. So, yeah, it's basically an isolated place, and Mr. Sinister built like an inhibitor thing that stops the mutants from using their power on that island. It was destroyed, but it's now rebuilt by the acolytes. We see that Creed is now running for president, and well, he was in a red suit. I won't say much, but yeah. So he's basically anti-mutants, and he's like the current president is, allowing too much leeway for the X-Men. He's just letting them run rampant, and he's like quite openly saying that Genosha was, not really bad, but it was just consequence of the actions of mutants. So basically a dick, he's the son of Mystique and Sabretooth, which the episode also tells us about. And if you don't know, Mystique has like another son, which is Nightcrawler, which makes Creed and him half brothers. And Mystique also has a daughter who is Rogue. So yeah, all of them are in like a family. And Nightcrawler being such a preacher and God's man. He's like everyone deserves a second chance. We should save him and all that mercy kind of stuff. And he's pretty cool, by the way, especially his the teleportation that looks really awesome. And Rogue, on the other hand, is like, screw that guy. Why are we even saving him? So Nightcrawler then again says that, well, it's family, and he is announced his candidacy for president, and you can't just abduct the candidate of running for presidency of United States. It's like a criminal offense, and with the world already so against mutants, and doing this would just fuel the hate. So Charles says that, all right, you guys go ahead, figure this stuff out. So, Rogue, Polaris, there is Nightcrawler, and Bishop. All four of them go on this mission on Savage Island to rescue him from the Acolytes. So, Acolytes is basically like another resistance group, which is kind of like Friends of Humanity, but for mutants. So they are on the kind of extreme side of it. They use physical force rather than uh, making their enemies win, winning their hearts with love and that kind of stuff. So yeah, it has Colossus, which is the most famous member. We have seen him in Deadpool and the X-Men movies. and he can, revert back to his human form, which we don't really see in the Deadpool movies, but yeah, he can do that. And he is at times, shown like he's one of the toughest guys out there. He has some of his crazy feats as well, but yeah. And there is this another guy who, teleports as well. He's the main leader. His name was, I don't remember. He's basically red, and he also wields a sword, and which on the later stages of this episode gives us a great fight scene between sword fight between Nightcrawler and him. So yeah, we see that as well. So when when the X-Men arrive at the Savage Island, the defenses, destroy their ship. We also see that Polaris and Bishop has something going on. They are kind of flirting with each other. Polaris saves Bishop's life as well because he does not have his powers anymore due to that inhibitor. So yeah, they are separated from the group, and well, Colossus finds them, and he's like, "Well, I know the X-Men," and he does actually know them. We have seen him help the X-Men in the first few seasons. He's like a Russian guy who came to the X-Men, helped them fight Juggernaut, I guess. And yeah, that was like the early episodes. And yeah, he basically takes them inside. He's like, all right, I know these guys, these are my friends. Nightcrawler, presents the idea that maybe we should give him at least a fair trial, and Colossus will be the judge of it. And Colossus is, a nice guy. He is really disturbed because of the death of his sister, Magic or Ileana, whatever you may call it. She basically opens this portal to Limbo, which is like a demon realm, and she carries a huge sword. And she was played by Anya Taylor-Joy, I guess, in the newer X-Men movies, which I didn't really watch, but yeah, I'm supposing she played that character. And that's all I know about her. She is, she has her own thing going on in the comics as well, so she's not that much of a side character. She is present there, so yeah, that's all we need to know about her. She basically dies in the Genosha thing, which we get the flashbacks of as well. And well, yeah, so Colossus is grieving, and during this the acolytes found him and recruited him. And well, yeah, that's that. And then we move on to the whole, well, judicial proceeding, if you may call it that. And the acolyte leader does present really good points that he is an evil guy who is quite openly against mutants and founded the Friends of Humanity. Has to do with some sort of virus which was, inflicted on Cable as well. So yeah, he basically presents really good points, but then Nightcrawler comes in with the, save. He just presents that he was basically a neglected child with parents like Sabretooth and Mystique. What would you expect from the child? And Sabretooth expected him to be a cub. He was a human, he didn't have any powers, so he was treated very poorly, and which led to the mutant hate, which is fair. I understand traumatic childhood and everything, yeah, but like that does not justify you having genocidal tendencies. Like everyone has their own thing going on, but people don't just go around instigating people to kill others. I mean, yeah, maybe go to therapy, man. I don't know, that was weird, but he made some good points, and you do feel for the guy, but he's still really evil guy. And Colossus like hesitates to, you know announce his, well, juris judgment, like if he is guilty or not. And the leader just goes ham like, you heretic, how do you like even just not straight away announce that he was guilty? I mean, you are having second thoughts, and we don't want that here. And in all this, we get the amazing sword fight scene. They get their powers back because Polaris and Bishop destroy the inhibitor tower on pterodactyl or something, like flying dinosaurs. And we get a good fight sequence. This was also, see, in the whole show, throughout the first and second season, the animation was never really the weak point. They really nailed it. The only thing that's lacking was like they maybe focused a bit too much on the side stories. But I mean, it's all right. It's not bad. It's just not as epic as the other episodes were. And this one was also a good episode, by the way. I really enjoyed it. So yeah. Although I do not like the costumes, that black jumper with the X on it. I mean, everyone has their unique costumes, and you just put them in like a tracksuit. It just takes away the whole coolness out of it. But I mean, sure, why not? Like, see, for Bishop has like really cool costume. He's in the black yellow thing, and so on. With Rogue or say Nightcrawler as well. He has like that, kind of royal look, I would say, but not really. It's basically, kind of a nerf on the costumes, but it's not too much of a big deal. So I'll just let it slide. So yeah, and Creed kills the leader of the acolytes. Colossus joins the X-Men, and seeing that Creed has killed the acolytes leader, Nightcrawler just takes him into like Antarctica or something and leaves him there, which he is found by the X Factor later on. But yeah, he still survives, and they also raise the point that, well, he has been tried by the humans for his crimes, and he has evaded his punishment, time and again. So like, we have tried the legal route. It doesn't help. He's like the system is corrupt. They are against us. So why should we just do that again? We know that he'll just slip away again. So that's a fair point. And even when Nightcrawler takes him to that Antarctica or whatever, he does, debate with himself that is it really mercy to let you live, or would it be mercy to kill you and, you know, stop you from inflicting that pain upon other mutants? Which is fair. I mean, I I don't say that kill the villain straight up. Like if you see them robbing a store, just kill them. No, but if the villain is like some genocidal maniac, it makes sense to kill them. It's like simply one for like a million or billion people. So yeah, but that's just me. And if they really start killing their villains, like we won't have more than one season. So I guess that's it. And at the end of the episode, we get the apocalypse in a dead condition. I'm not sure if it's apocalypse because like isn't he like not supposed to be dead? And but maybe Gambit could have killed him. Gambit is like, he died thinking that Rogue did not choose him. She chose Magneto over him. So he has that rage in him, I guess. So maybe he did it, but and the chances are less. Like they introduce Apocalypse in like the first 3-4 episodes, and they just kill him off screen. That won't really make sense. I guess he just upgraded to a new body or something. But yeah, could be anything. I'm just making stuff up. So yeah, that was this episode. We didn't really get any Wolverine or Morph in it. Although they have like so many characters that they can't really focus on everybody. We have like Jean, Cyclops. So I feel like they are breaking the episodes. Like in this episode, we'll focus on these 4 or 5 characters. In the next one, these next 4-5 characters. So that's fair, I guess. Everyone gets their screen time to show their potential, and maybe in the final episode, they do it together. But yeah. It was a good episode. I said that's like 3 times, and I think I'm running out of things to say. So that's it for this one. Thanks for watching. Let me know if I missed anything. I'll see you in the next one. And all right, I have to also tell you that on 31st of July, Batman Caped Crusader, which is another animated show, it's dropping. So if you are interested, you can check that out. I might make a video on it. All right, thanks for watching. Bye bye.